our music time to get the soul ready.
Just close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. Think about everything you've done over the last week. And really ground in and feel that qigong lighting up every cell. All those little souls in your universe.
There is a space that exists with us and around us, where angels sing on rays of light. On rays of light, and love pours forth, love pours forth, love pours forth from the heart of the universe. There is a space that exists with us and around us, where angels sing on rays of light. On rays of light, and love pours forth, love pours forth, love pours forth from the heart of the universe.
Just relax into it and let the energy guide you through this.
There is a space that exists with us and around us, where angels sing on rays of light. On rays of light, and love pours forth, love pours forth, love pours forth from the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe.
Just feel that flow. Feel that energy.
From the heart of the universe.
All this power.
From the heart of the universe.
Jesus is with us and around us. Where angels sing on rays of light, on rays of light, and love pours forth, love pours forth, love pours forth in the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe. The heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe.
Powerful. All right, give her a round of applause to Athena Starseed Star Body Band. And that's what we're talking about, the star body. We named the retreats that because that has a lot of information in it. Star body, what is a star? It's just another word for light body. We're being light beings, so being at these retreats and these gatherings, we are developing ourselves to thaw out the light. It's sort of like we're what? Frozen light. Crystallized beings that's thawing out so that our atoms can run a lot more, how should we say, faster. In other words, that's called raising our vibration. That's a term that we're using today. Raising our vibration or raising our frequency. Now, we was talking earlier before we got in here about, in the scriptures that talk about Adam, there's that word again. And everything is made of atoms, so it's talking about everything. Was put into a deep sleep. So when you go to sleep, that means things slow down, right? So that means that the atoms that everything is made out of slowed their vibration down, and we experience it as being dense matter, but it's still atoms. Now, to wake Adam back up, in this day of age, we're learning about, you keep hearing it, raise your vibration through diet, through exercise. It's related to health. So now we got the memo dealing with the Breatharian journey. We do have the power to speed up the atoms, not only in our physical body. Now we found out that our thoughts is connected to our external environment. So if you work on yourself to speed up your vibration, you changing the vibration of the environment. So Adam is waking back up, or he has woken back up. Some people have crossed over faster than others. Now, those of you who've been listening to Jerome's testimony, basically what you're saying, you'll never be the same. Today he had a self-realization where he know he will never be the same. It was a feeling state. Words can't describe it. And did he ask me the questions? Did he push it to get to that way? But the question is dual. He did push it. He went, 8 days with no food and water and all these meditations, working on himself. That's one aspect. But the other aspect, we're under predetermination. This was this time period by our ancient ancestors was saying that this is the time humanity is supposed to wake up. So he was born for this, just like everybody else was. If you're born in this dispensation of time right now, the atoms of this time that you're made out of, the vibration is going to raise regardless. So everybody's going to pop up at different time periods where you're going to have your own self-realization where you can't go backwards. You won't even feel comfortable. You can't go back to sleep. It's like a jack in the box. Now we're going to read something real important about kind of what happened to us and why it seemed like a challenge in the beginning. But once you get past a certain vibration, it's no challenge no more. Actually, it becomes fun. Mm-hmm. This is a game. Now, let me get it here. They got these ebooks now. So I got one that's downloaded here. And what it's dealing with, have any of y'all read the Cloak of the Illuminati?
Yeah, Cloak of the Illuminati.
You ever read that one? And that's just dealing with basically Illuminati just means illuminated. It's talking about us. And the cloak is talking about our skin. In other words, if the internal system is together, this being the 13th organ, your skin, should glow. You're the Illuminati. You're the illuminated ones that have been put to sleep. And he just wrote it in the form that when you wake back up, everything will start glowing. You're the Illuminati. You're the illuminated one. So just like I'm saying, there's different ways on how to describe it, but we're all talking about the same thing. So here in the Cloak of the Illuminati, oh boy, let me try to find it here. I hope I kept this page. All right, here you go, my reader.
Oh.
The trust me, that's page 49. Now what he's saying is, this is the whole trial right here. When we born into this realm, it seemed like everything was set up in opposition against us to try to wake up. So that's why it's so easy to blame the government, get into these conspiracy theories, that somebody is purposely putting you to sleep. But you got to keep in mind that those people are you. It's a game that you're playing with yourself. You told them to do that. But at the same time, the information you do got to get you to woke up, you did that too. But this is what happened. Start on chapter 49 where it's talking about closer to the bottom when we're born into this realm. No, that's page 49.
This is page 49, chapter 4, The Long Walk.
Yeah, the long walk.
The Word became flesh.
Right, the Word became flesh. Now, that sounds familiar, don't it? But they ain't talking about Jesus. It's talking about us. You're in the flesh, but the Word, that vibration, that high vibration that we call a Breatharian vibration, because that's what it is. It's a high vibration. It's became flesh. It ain't out there in the cosmos no more. You have the power to capture it, maintain it, and harness it, and make it come to life. Now let's read page 49 of the Cloak of the Illuminati.
The first gate in the chakra system is the root chakra.
Now the first gate of the chakra system is the root chakra. And I've been teaching that the root chakra is more than just down here at the base of your body. It is your physical body. Because there's only one chakra, but that's another lesson. Let's get into it.
This is the spring from which pours forth the fountain of life, or living energy that charges or vitalizes everything.
Now he's saying from the root. All right, you got to pay attention, darling. I know you be coming late, but you got to catch on with everybody else and don't disturb. We into this. We get the flowing. All right, thanks. Now, the root chakra is what vitalizes the whole body and give us life. And don't we call that the sexual energy that's in the hip? So he's just coming at it a different way. All right, let's keep reading.
Spilled on earth are all the joys of heaven, says an anonymous author.
So on earth is all the joys of heaven. But if all the joys of heaven on earth, why is everybody so miserable? It's due to a low vibration. Spiritual blindness. They can't see it. You in heaven right now. You never left it. Let's keep reading.
After dwelling in the center of the galaxy, the seed or 0 point of our universe, in Tibetan symbolism, the soul crosses the cosmic ocean called the waters of Nun by the Egyptians.
Now, the soul crosses the waters of Nun or Nun by the Egyptians. Now, this makes a lot of sense. Because last night when we was reading the electromagnetic field, remember we did that lesson talking about the soul? And all it is life force energy, so we won't have to be spooky. So there was a life force energy that came across the cosmos, which is you. And this is what happened. Keep reading.
The soul and the gifts that it brings winds down its vibration and becomes a fish out of water when it incarnates in the human body.
Listen at that. That's talking about you. You were a vibration, a soul, and it had all of these gifts that's already with it. That's why you got the talent you got now. But it winded down its vibration to bring on a physical body. All right?
It weaves a human bodysuit of flesh and blood from DNA.
From DNA. Our mothers, when we was in their wombs, that's what they was designed for, to give us these physical bodies. But your life force, she ain't had nothing to do with that. You wound down and came in here from another place. All right?
Life, the soul, takes refuge in the blood.
So that's why they say that what? In the Bible, the life is in the blood. So life, you the one animate life. Just because blood on the floor don't mean it's life, it's living. It's the spirit or the life force energy that you are that animates the physical body. That's why you can become a breatharian. The blood in the body does not have life until your spirit gave it life.
The root chakra reminds of who we truly are. Children of the noon, I guess.
Children of the noon or children of the life force energy. Any term you want to use. Children of light. But your root chakra, there's always something that's in you that always be reminding you who you are. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening to it. All right, let's roll.
It also reminds us that all the matter of Earth is composed of the same cosmic waters, the matrix.
And all life on Earth comes from the same place. A squirrel, a cat, a dog, they wound down too and brought down their vibration. That's why we're on this revolution now. Stop eating animals. Somebody's saying it. It's a soul. It's you. It's another aspect of a consciousness. That's all it is.
From this matrix, each individual soul arises phoenix-like.
Mm-hmm.
The food we eat, the air we breathe, the people we meet all come from the same matrix.
All come from the same matrix. So we can get that out of our heads right now. Somebody come from a different planet. I know we like talking about that, but they're from the same matrix. The whole universe come from the same source. That's the oneness frequency. That's the high vibration. That's God. All right, let's roll.
This validates us to know that we are just as amazing as the next person.
You're just as amazing as the next person. All right?
The metaphor of the soul as a fish out of water is carried over into the laws of the earth.
But now, this is where the problem comes in at. You're this soul, you got all these gifts, you're coming down, you rose down your vibration, nobody's arguing you from the oneness of the source, you're God Almighty. But you coming down like a fish out of water, this is what happens.
Without going into too much detail, it should be observed that the instant the mother's water breaks in the delivery room and her cargo descends the birth canal, the newborn baby, the newly manufactured soul ark, comes under the jurisdiction of earthly maritime law, the manufactured law, or manufacturer's law of the sea, as opposed to natural law, the spiritual laws of the matrix that humankind must abide by.
So now you went from the laws of nature that really supposed to govern you, but now you came into the man-made government laws that manufactured you. And look how I used those words that when you was in a mother's birth canal. That's all talking about maritime law. When the ship is out on water, they got laws for out in the sea. Maritime's law. So the birth is also a birth that a ship be on. The water's broke, and you're under the laws of maritime law of another system.
Waiting for the cargo in the delivery room, the berth or the dock, is a state licensed dock who examines the manifest being and certifies live birth.
Now listen at that. They all putting it with maritime law. Mary Magdalene, the doctor. And there's a dock that's on the ocean. You know where the boats pull up at? That's the dock. So he's called the doctor. You pulled up at a dock just like a cargo. You got all these gifts coming from the spiritual realm. But now you're coming under maritime law, the manufactured law.
A certificate of live birth, or manifest, is written itemizing the details of the docking, as well as the condition of the cargo for presentation to officials.
So just like when a ship pull up here in America, somebody's going to be there. They want to see everything that the ship is carrying, its cargo, and they write out a manifest documenting everything that came. So when you were born, you were like a cargo, just like a ship. And they wrote you a birth certificate of the new cargo that's being brought into this realm. In other words, you're being trapped right there.
The baby, the ark or vessel, is given an identification number, an SS, sailing ship or social security number, that is used to track the soul as it sails the waters of earth life.
So they gave you a number when you were born so they could track you everywhere you go into earth life. And you are the property of that country that you pulled into. And they don't care nothing about natural law. You're under a new manufactured law. All right?
The numbers on the back of the SS card are written in red, symbolic of blood.
And your social security number is written in red, symbolic of blood. All right, let's roll.
From the moment of birth until its demise, the manifestation of the human biological machine is strictly regulated on earth.
So you're strictly regulated from your birth until you die. And they got that piece of paper on you with a number. All right, come on, who is it?
Come on in, Reverence.
Oh,
Come on,
sorry.
baby. Come in.
They're out here.
Who's out there? You have to come in and say, we're doing a recording. Come on in. Say goodbye. I'm sorry, we're doing a live broadcast. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye there.
So you're strictly regulated under this new law. So that's why I had to go renew a passport just for me to travel across the country, because I became what? When I came into this realm with all my gifts, they asked me where was I born at, and that's who I got to check into. All right, let's go ahead.
The soul is given liberty, a granted privilege to go ashore, not freedom.
You're given liberty, but not freedom. So of course they renewed my passport and said, okay, I guess you're allowed to go travel for a while. Make sure you just don't mess up. All right, come on.
The only real freedom the soul has is freedom to choose.
And the only real freedom you have is the freedom to choose, and that's an illusion. All right, let's roll.
The soul's true freedom, its ability to perform miracles, is strictly prohibited.
And your true freedom to perform miracles is prohibited. That's why every time you start talking spiritual about your potential, people were made to put it down. So even when we talk about food freedom, of course it's talked against. Now here you are, the spirit that got all these gifts, and all you did was brought down your vibration. Can't you pick your vibration back up? The world told you you can't. That's what makes it hard. You under man-made law. All right, let's go.
If it gets into trouble, the accused soul finds itself in court, standing on the dock.
And if you keep talking too much, you'll find yourself in trouble. Family don't want to talk to you. They want to sue you. You even can live forever. You're just a spirit that just put down your vibration. So as soon as you say you can live, the whole world is saying you're supposed to get sick. That's what it's saying. All right, let's go, because you're under another law.
In America, the United States government claims title to the human biological transformational machine.
So you're a human biological transformation machine, meaning you can transform and you're a machine. But they claim law on you, or claim to you because you was born here.
It is considered cattle, property, and an asset in a vast production machine.
And you are an asset or cattle in a vast production machine. Everybody here is on the stock market. We might as well go ahead and say it. Let's go ahead.
Government authorities regulate all substances, energy, inputted into the 5 primary sensors of this boat of the soul that constitute its energetic makeup, a major control mechanism, and its output.
So all your knowledge is regulated on what you should know and what you shouldn't know by your government forces who lay claim to the cattle or the slaves of a spiritual machine. But you don't know you're a spiritual machine.
Its anticipated consumption of resources and production of goods and services is calculated along with the cumulative tax, dockage fee for use of the U.S. dock it will pay, its value on the open market.
And that's why people run around saying, all I got to do is what? Pay taxes and die. All right, that's what they say, don't they?
They say the one thing for sure
The one thing for sure
is that you're going to pay taxes and die.
that you're going to pay taxes and die because somebody laying claim to you. They making money off of a god. Let's go.
This lump sum is mortgaged, pledged as collateral by the United States government to borrow money from financial interests.
That's right. So the reason why America is in financial debt and they get these loans, because they take your number that you was born with and they trade you over just like a monopoly board. Because they know they're going to get money off you for taxes to pay it back. Let's roll.
Eerily, all legal correspondence between the government of the United States and the sole vessel Ark container, the product, features the name of the person in capital letters, just like the tombstone that marks the demise, sinking of the vessel, and the discarding and recycling of the cargo.
Oh man, that's rough, ain't it? So they handle you just like maritime law, just like a vessel, until your demise. All right, what else you got? All right, keep going. But your miracles are forbidden. Let's keep that in mind. You can do all types of stuff that's not even miracles. But that's forbidden because you wasn't taught that. Let's roll.
This is because metaphysically and legally speaking, the soul is considered to be dead while sailing in its earthly container.
So you're considered to be dead. That's why all the prophets of the scriptures, they looked at the people and they said the people was dead. You don't know you're dead. You think you're alive. But you are just a vessel that's not using your true powers of high vibration. You don't know you're high vibration. You just think you're low vibration. And you think you're supposed to stay low vibration. So in the eyes of the prophet or those who in the know, you're already dead. You ain't even alive yet.
It is a ship in the bottle seeking the dock that will allow it to unload its cargo, the human biological transformational apparatus, and re-enter the cosmic ocean.
But you can actually transform and re-enter the cosmic ocean. Not through the traditional death of the grave, through transformation.
No one can say for certain what the ultimate capabilities of the earthly ship in a bottle truly are.
We can't really say what you can do, but we know you can do something. That's why Breatharianism is just scratching the surface. That's just a gateway to get you in the higher consciousness, to put you back into the cosmic ocean. You should be sustained by the forces. Why shouldn't you? That's not even an argument of where you come from. Let's go.
It is cloaked in darkness.
Because you're cloaked in darkness. Ignorance.
Society is oriented toward the suppression of human spiritual power rather than the blossoming of its potential.
And society is geared towards suppressing your powers instead of opening up. You would think when I came a Breatharian, every spiritual entity on this planet would have came and congratulated me. They didn't. They fought. Let's go.
Increasingly, our consciousness is being tuned to the all-fear, all-terror channel as if the generation of fear is humanity's primary purpose.
Right, they feed you fear. That's what you get fed. When you watch the news, it's the blues report. All right, let's roll.
It is being fed or feeding itself a steady diet of terror to ensure this is so.
Uh-huh. And fear is one of the things you got to break off in order to raise your vibration. But it's hard to do when you got a society that keep putting fear into you. You was born into it. All right, let's roll.
However, there is an alternative.
There is an alternative.
The soul can overcome fear and alter the machine.
You can overcome fear and alter the machine. This is the Breatharian journey. You have to overcome fear and start believing in yourself and find out who you are.
It can put on the cloak of the Illuminati.
It can put on the cloak of the Illuminati. Illuminati just means illuminated, and the cloak means it's talk about your physical body. You can grab a new body, not the one you got now. It would act differently. That's what Jerome was saying on his experience. You basically saying your body feels different, don't it? You said it a couple of days ago, Gina. Your body feels different. This Breatharian retreat was designed to get you to feel your body, to know that you could transform it if you stay on this path and take it somewhere else. You ain't got to go the traditional way. You transforming yourself. Let's roll.
A key for doing so is found in Nashville in the design of the Illuminous Secret Garden, the Capitol Mall.
Well, they got, this book was written because they got a mall in Nashville. They got all these things on the planet where you could go to, and it's telling you about yourself. It's talking about the 7 chakras, 7 gateways. These just ain't no beautiful pictures everywhere. It's telling you about your transformation. But we're just looking at it as being artwork of somebody in the past. No, it's not. It's for you right now to transform yourself. Let's roll.
At the Capitol Mall, the root chakra is marked by a crescent-shaped black stone water gate and a bow of zigzagging fountains that children play in during the summertime.
And we'll get into that. Now, y'all got that point. Now go to page 40. Now that's something, ain't it? We're born into it. That's just what makes it hard, due to everybody. That's why the scripture said the whole world got deceived. It ain't just say some people. Everybody was deceived. That's why some people ask me sometimes, well, anytime there's all types of people meditating and doing yoga. Why ain't they food free? They've been deceived. The whole world, nobody got away. So you the first fruits. Ain't nobody doing nothing. You ain't got to run to the Himalayas or somebody to go find no master. You already got the information right now. You the vibration that came down from the highest heavens. So anywhere you at, once you get this, you can wake up anywhere. Let's roll.
Spiritual energy. Spiritual energy.
This is good, ain't it? They ain't doing nothing. You won't get there and be disappointed. You ever see The Wizard of Oz? When Dorothy did all that work to go find the wizard. As soon as she found the wizard, he wasn't nothing. He couldn't do nothing. She said, this is you. He was all scared. They were talking about he had all this power. He couldn't do nothing. And that's what I ran into. I went all around the world. I was the top master. I ain't bragging. They wasn't doing nothing. I was showing them. All right, let's go.
Spiritual energy travels the spinal cord, the royal road or artery that extends from the solar plexus to the crown chakra.
Now read that one more time. Spiritual energy travels the royal road, which is the spinal cord.
Or the yellow brick road.
Or the yellow brick road. Didn't they say that? And I just got finished talking about the Wizard of Oz. All right, read that one more time.
Spiritual energy travels the spinal cord, the royal road or artery that extends from the solar plexus to the crown chakra.
It stems from the solar plexus, right here, to the crown chakra. Don't I tell you on Breatharian knowledge? All you got to do is take care of the first 3. Now this sits on top of what? The intestines. Watch what you put in your body. If you're going to eat, at least watch what you put in your body. Don't let the vibration go down too low. We're talking about raising a vibration. There ain't no in-between. You keep messing with the low vibration, you're going to stay there. Let's roll.
It is a golden tube through which moves the breath of the soul.
Here we go.
Here we notice that the column culminates in a tricep symbol, the symbol in the court of 3 stars at the apex of the Tennessee pillar.
Well, they're getting esoteric now. But what he's saying basically is, read that one more time.
It is a golden tube.
It's a golden tube, and let's talk about your spinal cord again.
Through which moves the breath of the soul.
Which moves the breath of the soul. And we just ain't talking about through the nose and the mouth. So even when we talk about pranayama and breath work, everybody's stuck right here. We ain't talking about that. Well, we ain't talking about that. We talk about moving the energy through the body. That's what we talk about. Even when you're just doing it, you're moving the energy and you're focusing on it. See, you don't even need to breathe. We ain't talking about that type of breath. We talk about who you really are. This is just animated. This don't need no breath. It's going off your thought, what you think about it. Society suppressed you by thinking you're going to die. That's why you're fearful of letting things go. But if you knew who you were, you're everything, you're thinking it, that's who you are. You got to wake up.
So what's Kundalini again? Like, I never did it, but is that raising?
It just means life force energy. We don't even need that word Kundalini no more. It's just life force energy that's going through the body. That was a fancy word they made up in the 60s because everybody was getting high. So don't it sound good to go get high on some Kundalini? It was meant to go grab people. That's what it did.
But they have yoga classes called Kundalini.
Okay, yeah, they do.
I don't know.
What we do? And like, again,
The traditional idea is that it's the base of the spine.
Yeah.
it's the base of the
It rises
spine.
up, and there are practices that will make it rise.
So what they did was gave you a, see, if they gave you a straight up lie, then you'll know it's a lie. That's why they call it the tree of good and evil. It says good things, but there's poison mixed in it, it's things to throw you off. Because again, people will ask me, well, Elitom, people have been already doing Kundalini yoga, dealing with the spine. Why weren't they food free? Because they had a little deception in it. There's truth in it, but also deception. It had a wall on it. That's why they couldn't go no further. Now, this is the time we coming in saying, if you're doing those practices, you shouldn't be sick, and you should have woke up already. So that means there was deception in the practice. That's how we know. What else could there be? It was designed like that. And the governments and the spiritual people around the planet all took part in it.
But those people, I don't think they got the memo. Those people in the classes or teaching, they don't know.
Well, we ain't in that class right now. You here.
Yeah.
We ain't worried about them. You see where I'm getting at? See, we're in this age now where this knowledge is going so fast. They getting the memo now. It's your job to go give them the memo.
Yeah. I'm
Next time you're in yoga class, you can stand up and say, guess what? That's what she can say.
I already did today.
Yes, she already did. They got the memo now. That's it. They got to start somewhere. Now, where were you at now? Okay, that was 40 and 41.
I didn't read 41.
All right, let's go to 41.
The chakras of the etheric body intertwined by the two nerves, Ida and Pingala,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
open into the almond-shaped ras above the initiate's head.
Now listen at this. They said the Ida and the Pingala, and notice that's like a male and female name. See, they just playing with names. Adam and Eve, Shiva and Shakti, all the cultures, Isis and Osiris, they talk about the same thing. They just talk about the two energies that come up in the body. They're not people. They're just the energies of how they intertwine on each other. Just like you got the male and female energies of this house. That's why they called you a biological apparatus machine. And the government just grabbed the machine and made you into something else instead of who you really supposed to be. All right, let's roll.
Compare with the double helix configuration of the DNA molecule containing the genetic code of life.
Uh-huh. So that means when you had all your gifts in you and stuff and how these energies work, when you get your energies fully back online, your memory opens up, you'll be able to be self-sustaining. That's what the tree of life is. And there's a picture on there. Not only it showed the chakras in the body, it showed it, you see that picture on there, don't you, Jerome? Mm-hmm. And it got a big almond shape coming over the head where there's another levels of chakras.
Yes.
That's invisible that people can't see. Some people talk about the 8th chakra, the 9th, some the 12th. It goes up. You're bigger than what you really are. That's basically what it's saying. This is good, ain't it? Oh, man, you got to be happy at this. And that's why on the Breatharian retreat, all we just saying is be consistent and stay into this knowledge. Just like I'm talking to you now. Just think of somebody talk to you every day like this. That's all it takes. You're made up of words. Somebody else did the opposite when you was born. When you went to school, you learned through repetition. And if you didn't do it right, you got an F or an E, and you failed the class. I had to repeat it again till you got it right, to do wrong. To do right, to do wrong. And every day they had you eating breakfast, lunch, and told you had to eat dinner and what foods to eat to keep your vibration low. That's all it was. Now,
Wow.
this is very powerful. Now on this one,
Is that the Hermetica?
this is the Hermetica.
Hermetica!
And we're going to go to, oh man, this is a good one. We're going to start on this page, and then we're going on the chapter after it. So now we're talking about waking up, turning around the ship. Turning around. And right now, it ain't about what you should do. You learned enough in this retreat right now. No, serious, you got the memo right now. You don't need to learn more. You know exactly. See, the truth don't have to be no big book or a lot of instructions. It's just a little information. That's all you got to do. You know this game is about raising your vibration, and the Breatharian lifestyle is a high vibrational lifestyle. That means your relationships is high, the place you work at is at a high vibration, the things you do is at a high vibration, your children, your household, everything is at a high vibration. If it's not high, you transform it to be high.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You got the power to do it.
That's what's happening.
That's how you're going to get a high vibrational world. That's the son of Adam's job. Now, the son of Adam is just saying, the lower frequency, it's the microcosm of the bigger. That's why they say in Egypt, they focus on atom. It wasn't talking about another name of a God. It's focusing on yourself. You're the God that's walking around on this realm. Once you know who you are. All right, let's read.
Are we starting at the...
Yeah, where I got it up. Circle that. Yeah, with the pen.
Okay. Hermes has tried to paint a picture of God for us.
Now, he tried to paint a picture of God for you. Now, listen to this. He tried to paint a picture. All right, let's roll with it.
If we can catch his vision, it will take possession of our soul and lead us to knowledge.
And if you can capture his idea, his vision, it's going to lead you into what? The knowledge of God? Is that what it says?
It says knowledge.
Into knowledge. In other words, really knowing something so you can have a real experience. And that's what it's about. It ain't about no belief system. Here we go.
It is hard to let go of our familiar way of seeing things, but by God's grace, we can be spiritually reborn and return to our original home.
So it's hard to let go of things due to how we started out this class, what the government did to us, or how we learned. Our spiritual circles. God is on the outside of you, and that's it. And all this other stuff. Everybody been affected by it. But now he's saying that you can make a transformation, basically, and what? Resurrect and become something new by the help or the grace of the bigger force. Because it wants you to grow. See, heat love to rise upwards. Light love to rise upwards. That's why everybody, you're made of that substance. You keep trying to wake up. It's just that everybody kept trying to put you back down, and then you did a good job putting yourself down. But now, we're in a new age now. You can wake up. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not a question.
It was...
Qigong?
Still a transmission.
Let's roll.
God is like a musician who creates the harmonies of the cosmos and gives each individual his own particular theme to play.
Now listen at that. God is like a musician. Remember we said the 7th level of yoga was music? That's why they say God is like a musician. It ain't going off of what's coming out of your mouth. It's going off of the tune or the music that's coming off of your body because you are a vibration. That's how it recognizes you. Let's roll.
If the music of life seems discordant to us, we should not blame the master musician, but ourselves.
So if your music in life is discordant is a word they use in music. That means everything's messed up. Don't blame. Right. Everything just messed up. You might as well go ahead and admit it. Everything will be all right. No, it ain't all right. You playing a bad tune. So if you know you're playing a bad tune, it's time to tune up your instrument. All right, let's roll.
We are the out-of-tune instrument which mars the beauty of his composition.
So we're the out-of-tune instrument. The creation ain't out-of-tune. It's in tune. All right, let's keep rolling.
Hermes reflects that when we devote ourselves to the spiritual path, we mysteriously become perfectly tuned.
Whoa! Read that one more time.
Hermes reflects that when we devote ourselves to the spiritual path, we mysteriously become perfectly tuned.
So when you devote yourself to the energetic path, now what is devotion? I know you know what it is.
Unalloyed surrender.
What is it?
Unalloyed surrender and service.
Surrender and service to the energetic path. That means you take it seriously. And what's going to happen?
After that?
Oh, yeah. Well,
okay.
if you devote
become
yourself,
perfectly tuned.
you become perfectly tuned. Not might.
Maybe.
Not maybe. You're going to become perfectly tuned. That's how you know. All you got to do is stay faithful to the cause. Here we go.
Hermes is aware of his own personal weaknesses, but God still makes him a perfect vehicle for his divine will and can do the same for us if we are prepared to let it.
And that's how powerful the forces are. In other words, Hermes was aware of his personal weaknesses. We all aware of our own personal weaknesses. Okay, nobody's arguing that. But the higher forces is well and able to make you into a perfect instrument when you surrender and be dedicated to it. Let's roll.
So now, secret teachings, or are we going to...
And now we're going on to the next chapter. That's some good food, ain't it?
Yes.
That's the Breatharian path. We're getting full. That's how we eat. You all pumped up. That's what he said. Like Jenna was saying today. She was like, at first I was feeling weak, But once we got to surfing, you couldn't tell her nothing. She was carrying the board with one hand, saying, let's go. Right, wasn't even thinking about nothing else because we was having fun. We was in the frequency of life. All right, let's roll.
In the praise of Atum.
Oh, the praises of Adam. Now listen at this. The praises of Adam. This is what kind of life you start living when you know you have crossed over, when you got this information. Let's roll.
Through his teachings, Hermes has led us to the threshold of truth.
So through these teachings, it's going to lead you to the threshold of truth.
All that he may do now is show us, by his own example, the joy and liberation of crossing over.
Now listen at this. That's why teaching ain't about what you say out of your mouth or how you say it. He said he's going to show you just off of how he's living, through liberation and freedom, and he's happy. When you happy, you liberated and free, everybody can feel it. You ain't got no stress in your life, and everybody will envy you.
How about admire you?
Right. Oh, man. Let's roll with it.
He abandons himself in ecstatic rapture to a personal experience of God.
So he went from a personal experience of God. God is total freedom. God is happiness. God is joy. So when you grab the God consciousness, that's the teaching right there. It's an experience a person is having where everybody can feel it. That's when a new vibration or a new tune is coming off the instrument.
He sings the praises of God who is one and all, who loves us like a father and is the mother of everything.
So all you can do is sing.
Ah,
You
yay!
ain't got to argue with nobody. You're too busy singing.
Sing.
You're too happy to argue. For what? Somebody said to me, I admire you how you answer some people when they get smart on you on social media. I ain't got time to argue back. I just say, go down there. They might answer your question or something like that, or that's an interesting point of view.
Yeah.
What's your point? I'm the one happy. You ain't. Let's roll.
The eternal constancy, which causes the whole universe to change. The goodness all around us.
And the goodness all around us. People can't see the goodness all around them. Didn't we have a good day today?
Yes, we did.
A good day.
Oh, yeah.
We was in heaven.
We were in heaven, completely.
Everybody.
For real.
For real.
For real.
And
I felt it.
See the angel hitting the wings? We hit the bell. Ooh. And we were split up in different places too, but it didn't matter.
We were
The
having
consciousness
fun.
of the Creator was everywhere. Everybody was buzzing. And we all met back up. Here we go in the courtroom of heaven. Talking about our day. And everybody's day was good. That's what it was. Ain't nobody come back crying and saying, oh, well, I don't know what the rest of y'all saying. We was all floating as energy. Let's roll.
We can only thank God for his many blessings by learning to know his greatness.
To learning to know his greatness. You got to know it. But how do you know it? You got the mind of it. Remember we talked about before? You got the mind to contemplate the universe. Therefore, you got the mind to contemplate God. And if you got the mind to contemplate it, you got the mind to become one with it. And if you got the mind of it, you became it. So therefore, you know it. Uh-oh.
That's a lot of responsibility, Elitom.
That's a lot of responsibility, ain't it? Which is
Come
good.
on.
Which
Come
is
on.
good stuff.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Man, you supposed to think about this so much you ain't got no. Whatever you think about, that's what you're gonna become.
Right. Right.
That's serious, ain't it?
So good.
Oh man.
So good. So good.
Let's roll with it.
Yet Hermes knows it is God who is singing these psalms through him.
But it's God who's singing the songs through you. But it's one and the same. It's a vessel that the higher forces is now using and is singing through you. It's bringing the frequency off of you. That's why everything always goes your way. You ain't got no enemies. How could you? You ain't fighting against yourself. Everything comes from the same source. Let's roll.
God is all that we do, all that we say, all that we are, all that happens.
See, people say that, but they don't believe it. You are living it through the experience. That's why you're being nourished by it. All right, let's roll.
Hermes has become a passive instrument of God's will.
A passive instrument. In other words, he just let go.
Flow. That's
You're going with the flow.
That speaks to flow state.
Yeah, that's the flow state, ain't it?
Yeah.
In the flow. Ain't that what the sports players say? What they say he went in the zone?
In his zone.
went straight in the zone. It seemed like every shot he threw up was making it. He was throwing it over his back. He went into a zone.
The basket got bigger.
Right. That's what type of life we start living. You in the zone.
When you were surfing, you were in the zone.
Well, straight up zone. At first, the water seemed cold. You know, we were saying in our minds, but the closer we got, we said, ain't no way in the world we gonna come way out here to Venice Beach and not surf the waves. That's what happened. And we was in the zone. I know, wow, we was professional surfers. We're in the zone. Right. Constantly. Let's roll.
He no longer sees the world with physical eyes.
You ain't looking at the world with physical eyes. People be crying, you see that situation and that problem over there? You don't see it. There ain't no problem because you're perfect.
But witnesses the unfolding changes of life within God's eternal mind.
Because you're in God's internal mind. You can see it. You're part of the orchestra now. Remember we said before, the highest level is music, and they said God is like a musician. So if you got a perfect tuned instrument, you in a big orchestra playing with the orchestra. They got you in now. You ain't messing up. It ain't bringing in no discordant instruments. It don't make the real orchestra. But you are now in the real orchestra. Let's roll.
He is no longer a body. He is all mind.
You are no longer a body. You are all mind. So the Breatharian process, what is it teaching you? The average person in the world is talking about their mental body, their emotional body, their physical body. Or the Breatharian journey, that don't exist. All you got is one body. It's one mind. It's one spirit. It's all the same thing. You talk totally different. This is the way I think. Let's roll.
He is the presence which is present everywhere in everything.
That's why people taking what? Nutrition is, take this for your body. It makes it better. What body? You ain't got no body. All you got is a consciousness. Let's roll.
He knows the one.
Because you know the one. That's how you know. You can tell by the way a person talk what level they at. But when a person talking the oneness frequency and living it and expressing it through the tune that's coming off their body, they don't even need to talk. It speaks for itself. Let's roll.
Hermes is overcome with mystical vision and realizes that while still in the body, he has been made a god.
Oh man, read that one more time. Still in the body. Read that one more time.
Hermes is overcome with mystical vision and realizes that while still in the body, he has been made a god.
By still in the body, he has been made a god. That's just what we're talking about. So a Breatharian is a high vibration. It is a god. That's why it's being sustained by the forces. And that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling now. You're getting healthier and healthier because that shows you coming closer to God, your true self. That's how you know. And then the weight will stabilize itself. You'll have more energy. You sleep less because only the dead sleep long periods of time. You start waking up. You start living a fullness of life. You ain't looking at things like other people. All right, let's roll.
He prays for nothing except that he will remain forever knowing and loving God.
Read that one more time.
He
That's a
prays-
love affair, ain't it?
It's the truest. It's the only one that exists.
That's the only one that exists.
Everything else is false.
Everything else is false. Read it one more time.
He prays for nothing except that he will remain forever knowing and loving God.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
He prays for nothing.
For nothing.
The average person praying, what they're doing is begging.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
let me get my daily bread.
Yeah, please, can I have a car? Please, can I get that job over there? Begging. That's what they're doing. That's what prayer does for them. Prayer for us is a thought process.
To be one with the mind of God.
To be one with the mind of God. That's it. And it's a love affair. All right, let's
The
roll.
biggest love affair ever.
The biggest love affair ever. Oh,
Radhe
man.
Krishna.
Right. This is heavy, ain't it?
Like,
This is light. All right, let's roll.
He is born again, and language is inadequate to express the wonders that he is experiencing.
And he's born again. Now, that's why they get the... See, when we started off this teaching, we talked about you was born under the jurisdiction of the birthplace or the government you was in. That's why you got to be born again. You cannot cross over with the mind you got now when you was born in this jurisdiction. You got to get rid of that mind. You do, or it ain't gonna happen. People call me sometimes, can I keep the same job and this and that? Well, and be a breatharian? No. Because it requires that other mind. It does. All right, let's roll. The reason why I quit my job, I couldn't keep it no more. It can contain my new mind. I had the mind of God. I couldn't sit there poisoning myself and all that other mess, messing with inks and all that other, whatever. Conversations no more for 8 hours talking to an idiot.
Oh, we're snapping. Okay. Yep. Very relatable.
Couldn't even do it no more.
The other aspects of our unawake selves.
Right. That's something, ain't it?
No, what's even weirder is if you don't quit, people start like, I didn't even do any of the stuff that my boss thought I did. Other people were doing it. Because my vibration was so high, I was making other people uncomfortable.
That's what happens. So that's, you heard what she said? Your vibration gets so high, other people get uncomfortable. So you have to leave anyway.
I was minding
You're
my
in the wrong
business.
place. You gotta go find a new place to complement your vibration. That's why as this movement keep going on, it will not be long. Not only you will see full-blown breatharian communities, you will see states and countries as all breatharians and immortals. That's coming because it's another vibration. It can't be contained living in this one. Absolutely not. Let's roll with it.
Like the gods, he can now only sing God's praises through silence.
Whoa. It don't even take a lot of talking. Only through silence, because everything else speaks for itself. The glow coming off you, the vibration, the music coming off you. And when you're under that government or that jurisdiction, the lower vibration can't even touch you. It can't. That's against the rules. That's why the governments try so hard to keep your vibration low so they can keep on touching you.
It could destroy you.
But you get in this other vibration, and nothing can touch you. That's the rules of the universe. That ain't the maritime law of man. We're under another government now. That's it right there. Now that's good right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, that was some good food, wasn't it?
Ooh,
Yes.
real full. Real
Yes.
full.
Oh man.
That was a nice roundup, right?
Yeah.
What's
Icing
for
on
dessert?
the breatharian cake.
Oh man. And now, let me see how we do this. There is a video I gotta show y'all. This is just an extra add-on on really cranking up that vibration. But before we do that, Athena got something to talk about.
Well, we
have diplomas here for the people who graduated the Star Body Activation Retreat.
Da, 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 da.
And before I do that, I did want to offer a space open for people to say their experience if they wanted to share if something transformational happened. Is there anybody that would like to share before I hand the diplomas out?
I'd like to.
Yes, I do.
Voila.
Hey, how's it going? Take this up. So yeah, for me, I'd like to just say that with all the understandings that have been taught, it just really just comes down to the gradual progression. You can't really force the evolution. As you say, it's also a part of the process to just let the divine accordance take its place and naturally step deeper into it. And I found myself in the beginning getting overwhelmed with a dry fast. And then I had to surrender to the fact that where I was where I was. And to just work from there and to keep working from there, cultivating the energy. And I'd say the key component for me in this whole process was just realizing that you can't force it. You
Right.
can't force anything.
Can't force it. You try to force a flower to open, you'll destroy it.
Exactly.
so you went in and out of the water fasting, liquid fasting, and dry fasting for 8 days.
Yeah, and I did break it with solids too, just so you know. But what I found with that was forgiveness was key in that point. And
Right.
understanding that you
Always
must
learning.
forgive yourself when you slip up from what you think you need to be doing and get back into it.
Absolutely.
Don't let nothing stop you and just keep up with the energy work.
There we go.
And your foundation was meditation. You did yoga every day, qigong every day, tai chi every day.
Yes.
Did you do the microcosmic orbit?
I do that with everything. So if I'm doing yoga, I'm thinking about the orbit happening. Even if I'm meditating, that's the key thing. And I just keep it going. Even if I'm walking, I think about the energy flowing.
Oh man, we
And I
might have
just-
to hit that Merkaba tonight.
Yay!
Let's do it.
I want to do it.
All right.
Okay, who else? Who else wants to share? Thank you. Oh,
Voila. Namaste.
Grace? Sure. Grace, can you? Are you on there?
I think, yes, that's me. For me, it was a lot about, and I talked about this before, but the feeling of support, and that the feeling of support comes from being supported by the universal prana. So that was the biggest thing for me, and then also trust, because I had things going on in my life while I was here that obviously were challenging, and moving through that, I was much more trusting and calm than I ever normally would be. So I did 5 days, well, I did 4 days of water fasting, 1 day dry, and then yesterday I did two juices, today I did 2 smoothies, so I'm moving. Yeah.
But you did that all through your car breaking down and having to go solve that with your broken car, selling your car, buying a new car, and you didn't.
And driving for Uber and Lyft at night.
And driving for Uber and Lyft the whole entire time, and you were fasting. You're like a superhero.
Yeah.
Superhero.
And you know what? You found out that we all really, really love you. You do have have a soul family.
Yeah. This was an absolutely amazing group, and I'm very thrilled to know all of you.
Awesome. All right.
Yay.
Ta-da.
Who else?
Sure.
Yay! This is a big one.
I definitely have to agree with Grace, and I have to agree with Anu. You know, it does take faith, it does take trust, you know, to be able to surrender. And like you said, with the progression, it is a progression that we can't force. We can't make things happen the way that we want them to happen, or the time that we want them to happen in. But when changes do take place, it is super transformative, and just like you were saying, this is definitely a soul family. I wouldn't trade it. Today has been one of the happiest days, one of the most powerful days in my life. I couldn't, it blew me away. It blew me away, it really did. And this is a gift. It really is a gift. And so I told myself that 2020 would be different, you know? And so I'm glad that I shared this with you all, because I know it's going to be different for each and every one of us. You know, and this is really just the beginning. So I just want to thank you for,
All right.
thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Yay!
Ground zero. Taking the ship up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to say that I feel like I was born to do this. This is like always something that I knew that I was gonna be able to do, as far as like not even pushing myself, allowing myself to come to my true powers. So I'm just coming through and like collecting the energy so I can get my superpowers.
You got 'em.
So the superpowers are coming online, and
Yes.
I'm looking forward to giving off that light to the world.
All right. That's awesome.
And you did 8 days, didn't you?
5 days. I did 5 days dry.
Woo!
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Raising the vibration.
Jenna? Okay. Okay. Jay? Michael?
Yeah, it was, I found it transformative, just the whole breatharian state. It's kind of been a long journey, you know, of realization, and then to spend time, you know, here in this atmosphere of high frequency people, and, you know, and having such an amazing teacher like Elitom, God Elitom. It really facilitates, you know, being able to get over the top, and that's kind of what I was looking for and so the meditation and the qigong, Young, and it really is given the tools on how to transform into this thing that we're all looking for. So, I was 6 days dry, and now I know that when I'm back on the road as a truck driver driving, that I will have no problem whatsoever, transforming into that state where I'll have food as an option, but really food is not an option, and
Right.
water is not an option for me,
Awesome.
Wow, yeah.
Awesome. Wow.
Lauren?
Sure. To put it in short, I've been dealing with, the same things we've all dealt with, I'm sure. Mental barriers, depression, physical pains, all that. But I genuinely believe it has saved my life. Because I was getting sicker, even though I was doing all of these things. But I was eating too much. And that's all it is. And my intuition and all my powers that I have always been told from my father since I was 4. And I remembered having my first premonition, and something made contact with me, benevolent energies, angels, God, myself, whatever you want to call it, said, don't listen to your father. And I said, and then I'm 2 or 4 years old, I'm just like listening, and that was the most profound experience, and it stayed with me since then, because that moment kept me going with listening to this, and that's how I'm here now. And genuinely, I don't know, I knew that 2020 would bring a lot of change, but I also knew that I needed to leave the environment I was in, and I needed to change everything in my life, and I've been changing my career. I've been working on art and music every single day. Even if something in me doesn't want to, because I'm aware that we've been designed this way, to destroy ourselves, to give our power away. And I see it, but being around all of you guys, this conscious group, has just blown the door open for me to actually be my authentic self, and to stand strong in it, because you can always get stronger.
All right. Wow. Getting stronger. Laura.
You were definitely being your authentic self on the boardwalk today.
On the boardwalk?
That's that energy.
In Venice.
In Venice Beach.
You're performing.
Lori.
Oh.
When you were on stage,
I was
when
on
you were
stage?
dancing.
Oh yeah. All that energy
You
was
have to look
flying.
at the
Which
video.
part? You don't remember dancing? With an audience?
Look at her. She looking like she can't remember her dancing.
Yeah! I danced twice. I danced it the other time with the orange car, and this
Oh, you
Rasta
didn't see
guy
the orange car.
came out with this orange car, and he's wearing an orange and black jumpsuit. It was the craziest thing I've ever
Oh yeah, so we're gonna look at
He's
that on
playing
video.
music, and we get out here and we're dancing with him. And I thought you were talking about that.
Yeah, we'll go Lori to go next. All right, Lori.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that, I was really thinking about you doing this, like having people share the experience, which I don't think we did before. And I met mostly everybody here, which was such a blessing to meet all of you. I haven't obviously been here the whole time, but, I think I've told most of you that I've been to the retreat, the first retreat that they did here, and I want to say I'm finally getting it, because, I'm a hard cookie, I think, and I'm excited. I'm really happy because I resonate with everything and everyone, and anyway, I was saying that I was hoping that we would do this, so this was so cool. I almost feel like I manifested this, even though, you were like, oh.
I heard you.
You heard me.
I heard you.
So anyway, so that's, get to know everybody and their experiences, and I think it's also good for people to hear too. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like just smiling. Like I'm just smiling. I feel so free already. And I, like you were saying, that I just felt I was meant to do this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was so caught up in my food disorder, there was no way. Like, I know in one hand I have this horrible food disorder, on the other hand I went like, I don't want to eat.
That's it.
And yeah, and so I know how, relate to everybody. And anyway, but again, I want to thank Elitom so much.
Uh-oh.
Because, seriously, like, what you're giving to everybody and what we're all going to give now, and how it's helping us do this, even though I've been listening to so many people in the past, but this is really like pulling it in, like pulling, it's really like it's real now,
You're God.
Yeah.
And I haven't really been with somebody like you that to this caliber, like even with other people I've met and say they're breatharians or whatever, but so anyway, and I'm hard to not tell people, like I go to places and I go, I know you're gonna think this is crazy, but if you want to know about, and I tell them about this, and some of them are, getting it, and some of them are just looking at me like, they're just trying to get healthy too, and it's a health message that's right. People are just eating themselves to death, and anyhow, so I could go on, but I just like, ooh. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
We should all write a book about our experience.
This is real, and it's amazing. And to have energy without food.
That's awesome.
With food that we're getting from other sources.
You're the higher vibration.
I just wanted to encourage you, give anyone that's out there space to really love themselves, and not only that, really try to get a practice and a routine going, because if you stay consistent with any of these practices that you listen to, that Elitom has given up, it really can transform your life. Like, it does not take much. Like, just be consistent with that. The rest of the stuff will take care of itself. It's really that easy. Nothing else is that.
Don't give
Just
up
that
right
easy.
away.
Right.
It's hard before
Don't
it gets
ever
better.
give up.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
never
ever
give
give
up.
up. There you go.
It's a lifestyle.
I never I'm here, I never gave up.
Yeah, that's why we're all
Wow.
here. That's it.
So it's all on
It's
you
the
now.
people who aren't here who gave up. Duh.
Now,
Duh.
we'll get Jerome to read one.
Okay.
It's so
All right.
obvious.
Just read what it says on there. See, this is y'all's diplomas now. For being, what? A breatharian is a what? Professional light worker. You're good at it. So listen at the writing that's going to be on here. Listen at this.
Star Body Activation Retreat. Presented to Grace.
Oh, no, don't read the name, though.
Oh.
Oh, then again. Wait a minute. Yeah, just read underneath what's happening.
Okay, how do you pronounce the last name?
Ah.
Garneau?
Garneau.
Garneau.
But we're just going to read at the bottom
Just the
one
bottom? Okay.
what it's saying on each one.
Star Body Activation Retreat. Pranic living in the field of health through the energy of air and light in recognition of learning the star body cultivation technique and lifestyle.
That's what it is. See, that's not far-fetched, is it? You're learning how to work with the air and light of a lifestyle. It's a health message. You got good at it now. You know the basics of the principles, and you can actually share this with anybody on the planet. That's high knowledge. All right, thank you.
Signed by Elitom El-Amin and Athena Star.
All right, there we go. Oh, man, this is good. All right, so now I guess you'll read the names. Or at least you want to go near Jerome, and he'll...
No, I just
Oh.
gave it to them.
Yeah, all right, this is how
Okay,
we
so
work
we're going
it.
to call up
Congratulations.
Michael Holder. Everybody give him a round of applause. Michael Holder.
Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da,
We
da.
gotta give Grace an applause. We didn't.
Give Grace an applause. Da, 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 da.
Okay. Jerome Shaw. Come on down.
Da, 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 da,
Star Body
da, 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 da,
Activation
da. Awesome.
Rebel.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Great, brother.
Jenna, come on down. Lennon, is it Dorn?
Yeah.
Lennon Dorn.
Woo! Give her a round of applause. Da, 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 da.
Okay. Lauren Malala?
Malali.
Here
Give
you
her a
go.
round of applause. Da, 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 da. She had to dance for us later.
Okay, we have Jeremiah Toledo and Anu.
All right. Da, 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 da.
Thank you so much.
Right.
It means so much to be here.
Jay Arneson.
All right, Jay. Da, da, da. All right, wonderful.
And you can read this one for me.
Who what? All right, Athena Starseed and the Athena Starseed Band. Let's give her a round of applause. Her third time. She's on a roll. All right. That's awesome.
It's never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. The good gets better. The better gets best.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Good, better, best. And now you got to give Halid.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest. So the good gets better. The better gets best. Oh, Halid, I'm sorry. I put you in the back. Always save the best for last. Halid Al-Bra.
All right. All right, we jamming once again. And like we said, this is how we've been reading. This is the easy spiritual path. Once you got the foundation, all you got to do is keep
Just a little. There you go.
is keep building from there, and then everything else will take care of itself because the light wants us to grow. That's the whole thing about it. It's not forcing it, rushing it, and we'll get there eventually. So right now we still got a lot of work to do tonight. We're gonna do the Merkabah, then we got to do the bowl healing,
We're gonna do a video first.
and we're gonna do the video
Video,
first.
then the Merkaba, then the bowl healing.
And here we go down the line. Y'all ready to roll?
Michael, you'll play us into the heavens? You'll play us into the heavens?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we're gonna do a sound healing.
As a matter of fact, y'all can take 5 minutes before the video.
Okay, and also too, maybe we can do Facebook Live. You can do the sound bath live. Would you be okay with that? Okay, you guys stay tuned because in maybe about an hour when we're finished, if you tune back in, we'll have Michael play live.
Oh yeah, the bowls.
Yeah, the bowls where
Healing
he's
for
laying
the
down.
healing for the so we can raise our vibration. That's
Okay,
what it's about.
we love you. This is the Sound Palace Athena here with Elitom El-Amin, and he's heading off soon to India.
Oh
So
yeah.
thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. This is an
I'm
amazing
gonna go to the other side of the
opportunity.
neighborhood. I'm gonna be on the east side.
Yeah. And then you're coming back for February something, no?
Yeah, I'll be back
I mean,
soon.
is there another retreat? I thought it's
Time ain't even on our thing now. We'll be back soon. All right, see y'all soon.
Blessings and light. Stay tuned.
Voila.